How's it going?
Good.
Excellent.
What's up, Solomon Grundy?
Finally, I get to talk about it. I've been waiting, not so patiently, for the last, 3-4 months. So I was very excited that when I found out we were gonna be able to talk about it today, and I couldn't be more excited. In some ways I have the best of both worlds because I get to create this character of Butch, and I've had a lot of fun with that over 3 seasons. But there was an element where I was like, it'd be nice to be a canon character, you know. I kind of miss out on that part, and there's a real connection that I've noticed that the fandom has with canon characters. You know, I've seen it with Robin and with Corey and a lot of these guys. So it's going to be fun to be a part of that as well.
So what was the reaction like? Because the finale goes out and people are like, "Oh my God, you're dead!"
Yeah.
And then he comes back, right? So what was the reaction when the finale went out?
Yeah, I was saying before, I get a lot of texts when that came through about 3/4 of the way through the finale, like, "Wait, what?" You know?
yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, like, Cyrus Gold, exclamation point. So yeah, there was a lot of, and then, you know, I was surprised how many people knew who Cyrus Gold was, because I underestimate the power, the spread of comics in the DC world. People know stuff. So then to, you know, kind of be cagey about it, you know, it's been tricky, but now we get to talk about it. And I got to tell you, we've been having wardrobe fittings, we've had makeup tests and hair tests and a whole bit, and it's going to look incredible.
Because Gotham does always bring its own twist to the characters in terms of the looks. Can you say how close it will be to the point?
Yeah, they really. I mean, I think there's so many versions of them out there, but they really have found, I think, a great. Because basically, what happens is the wardrobe designer will tell he has an artist, a sketch artist, what he wants, and then the sketch artist will come up with an idea, and so we have these beautiful drawings, which I've told him I want them framed in my house, of Grundy in these different looks, and then it looks so much like, you know, what Grundy's going to be. So I'm so excited. I'm going to have a lot more time in the hair and makeup chair than I used to, but it'll be worth it. Yeah.
Do you get involved much in the creative process of that character?
As much as I can, yeah. I mean, they're really good at getting input, and we really work collaboratively so well on the show. I mean, I think you can tell how well we all get along as actors, but it also extends to the crew and the producers. You know, they actually listen to what we have to say, and so there have been a few key points specifically on the Grundy thing where I've been like, well, what about this? And you know, and they really take it to heart, because I'm the one that's got to live with it ultimately. So we want to be true to it. We want to create something that's really interesting and neat, but we also, you know, it needs to work for our purposes.
Now that your character is going to change, what's going to happen to Butch's relationship?
Yeah, you know, that's one of the things I like the most about this character is I think Solomon fits so well with Butch. I mean, it absolutely is not a far fetch in my mind too. And I know that there's all these different versions of the canon and how Grundy came to life, but the fact that we're marrying these two characters to me makes perfect sense. And so I do think there will be some potential lingering, you know, reaction with Tabitha, you know, moving forward, because they'll be at odds, but you know, he doesn't remember his past life, but then I think there's going to be moments where things come back to him, so that's going to be a lot of fun to play as well.
You mentioned there are many iterations in the comics of him.
Yeah.
There's been evil ones, there's been that guy. Which direction might he take?
To me, it's always more interesting to be an anti-hero than just a villain, and I think, in my personal opinion, the stuff that I've read, and I haven't read it all, but the stuff that I've read, I think that Grundy as an anti-hero has been his best iteration, especially for our purposes. If he's just a monster that comes in and wreaks havoc, well, it's not very interesting. But if he actually is this kind of, you know, character that you can feel for, you know, even though he's ripping the arms off some dude, you know, on the street, it's way more interesting to me. And I really love, kind of gotten a brief from John about where they're going to go, and I love where it's going. I mean, I think it's going to be much more the anti-hero version. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I've only read a few of them. I was with Jeff Johns last night at the party, Warner Brothers party, and he was telling me, like, I'm going to send you all this stuff, and you know, Solomon Grundy's one of his favorites, so I feel like I'm going to be in really good hands with him. Yeah.
Right now, there's been like a building up of the character and the relationship with the Penguin.
Yeah.
In the new season, is there going to be finally an encounter between them that you're saying stop your bullshit with me.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I've always found that relationship was interesting to me, the Butch Penguin relationship. 'Cause I didn't really see it coming, and I think it worked really well. I do think they'll be at odds this season moving forward, but then again, Grundy's kind of this, he doesn't remember his past life much, so it'll be interesting to see that dynamic. But as he said, he'll be in with Nigma, which Butch never would have done. Butch hated Nigma. So once again, they've done this incredible, interesting twist to kind of put them back together. And I hear with the Tompkins as well, so the three of them will be kind of a team, which is, I don't think people would have put those three together at any point. So, which I love. I love when we kind of throw curveballs and do something different.
Given that he has undergone this huge transformation, what are you going to miss the most about playing kind of the old school Butch?
Yeah, good question. What I loved about Butch was that he was kind of unflappable in a lot of ways because he'd seen it all. He had his thing. He was always sharp dressed man. I mean, I always said that I figured Butch out when I put on his shoes. Like, we were doing that first fitting for the pilot, and the wardrobe designer at the time gave me these white, like, 1970s shoes, and I put them on. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, this guy really cares about how he is and how he looks, and then I think people underestimate him because of that. And so, but I'm gonna miss that kind of. He was always kind of a good comic relief too, Butch, and so I'm gonna miss that part as well.
How are the other villains gonna take when we come back in Thursday?
Well, I think Grundy is a very powerful character, so I think there'll be certainly people vying for him to have him on their team because first of all, you can't kill Grundy, which for me is great as an actor. Like, hey, I would love to play an actor that can't die. So I do think he'll be used as a pawn in some ways. People wanting to have him on their team.
What about the business reaction when he sees you're alive?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting to find out. Grundy doesn't show up until episode 5, so I haven't started working yet this season. So I've been doing a lot of prep, a lot of training, working with this great trainer in Manhattan who's done a lot of other superheroes, if you will. You work with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds and all these Sebastian Stan, and so I've been. It's been really fun because I've really been able to kind of focus on that for the last month, just getting in shape and doing the makeup tests and the wardrobe tests to kind of create this character. So we're really building him from the ground up, and I'm biased, but I think everybody's really going to dig it.
Great.
You bet. Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah.